That ability you have to scream and to come off, your brutal vocals. How did you develop them, and who did you look to as an influence?
That actually came from because I'm really big into hardcore music, and I've always been pretty much more than metal actually. But my first main influence was actually Chuck Billy, but we're very different in that way because he also puts melody in his screaming, which I don't. But the funny thing, I used to be a drummer in a punk rock band and a hardcore band, and we had this old bomb shelter as a rehearsal room, and we were like 5 or 6 bands in that bomb shelter, and they were all like hair bands, and they were mocking me for all the bands that I had playing metal and thrash and hardcore and stuff. So, but look at me and look at them. They're working at the convenience store, and I'm doing something else. But anyway, we used to have these parties on Fridays and Saturdays where we put bands together to do covers and stuff. And that's when I tried out vocals for the first time. We did some AC/DC covers and stuff. And it was fun when you're drunk and you're young. And that's when I figured out that, okay, so this standing in front of everybody, this is kind of fun. So I quit drumming. I joined the army, and that's the last time I played the drums. That was back in 1990. After that, I didn't touch the drums, and I started screaming instead. So yeah, that aggression and stuff comes from, I guess, hardcore, because in hardcore as well, it's very important to get the message through. And if you want to have the message through, you need to articulate. That sounds always a lot more aggressive if you articulate. So,
I like how you mentioned Chuck Billy. Are you a fan of Testament?
Yeah, absolutely. Our first US-Canada tour we did back in '99 was because they just recorded Gathering.
Yep.
So we were out with them. They took us out on our first US tour, which was my first tour with The Haunted. And that was amazing to stand beside the stage, seeing Dave Lombardo on drums.
Yeah.
James Murphy on guitar, and Steve Diorgio on bass.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Just stand right next to greatness every night for about 33 days, I believe it was.
Wow. Did you have the chance to have much conversations with these guys at the time?
Yeah, we're actually good friends now. When we meet, it's like a family reunion thing. So we have mutual respect for one another because they turned out to be really big fans of The Haunted. That's why they brought us along. So yeah, we're not like having daily correspondence, but when we meet, it's very nice.
Loaded Radio.